Beautiful. Chad, these are a winner, buddy, an absolute winner. Welcome to our show.
Good morning. Welcome to my home. Thank you for having me. Guy, in America, you're one of the few people I'll get up this early for, but I did it on a Saturday morning because these are something that Bell+Howell's been at the network for a decade. I mean, we don't got to really talk about Bell+Howell too much, but when they sent these to me, and Lou had them yesterday, when they sent them to Lou and I called each other, and we said, did you see these lights? Because we've seen a lot of Bell+Howell lights over the years, but these completely made out of metal. Even the little frame here is made out of metal. But to go from flickering flame to bright white light and just a flip of a switch. Yeah, I mean, you're talking about Halloween. You're talking about year-round activities. You're talking about lighting your pathway, safety. Look how quickly. And the only thing on right now is basically my monitor showing me, and these are all super bright. It looks way different in person than it does through a television screen, that's for sure. It's much brighter. And, hello, size of my head. I mean, these things are gigantic. These should be called I can palm, basically, my hand is smaller than the size of that solar panel. These should be called the Ultimate, the Deluxe, the Pro, the Elite. They should be called the Platinum Series or something, because unlike traditional solar lights that we're going to stake out in the ground that have one LED on the inside, there are so many LEDs on the inside, which makes this so bright, which is why we have such a large solar panel. Guy, you did a great job of showing off the solar panel, and you'll notice on the top, I just want to show it again, because at the top, there's 18 down the center, 18 different cells down the center. And then they looked up, look, see there, Guy? They went on the side. They said, oh, there's a little more room over here, and there's a little more room over here.
Yep.
So let's put 2 more on each side. So 20 different cells on the top soaking up that light. You know what that means for you at home? That means on an overcast day, on a somewhat cloudy day, you still get all that absorption of sun, which is very important. So when all that sun goes in here, the white light, Guy, I know you mentioned it yesterday with Lou and a little bit this morning, it's about 8 hours, a little over 8 hours of light. You know what it is on the flicker? Close to 40. Close to 40.
40 hours.
Flicker light takes up less energy than the white light, but just quite frankly, that's how it works. So when I flip it to the white, even that bright white, still getting 8 hours, so if it was dark for a couple of days, if you live in Alaska, you would still get light for days and days. Take them inside.
These are what I would call overbuilt. I mean, they really are, and I've used that a couple times over the past couple weeks because I'm like, my gosh, these are fantastic. I bought them yesterday as soon as I got off air. I can't wait to put them outside in my property, but I wanted you to look. If you even want to keep a couple outside to charge up during the day, you can bring them in. And Brett, can we lower the lights to show this area? Because I want you to see. Chad just mentioned it. Halloween is coming up, all right? What a perfect Halloween light. Or if you're gonna be doing luminaries, you can put them inside a bag. Watch when the lights get out. Look at how beautiful and how much light you get. That's because of that giant solar panel and because of all the LEDs. I mean, heck, I could take one of these and put it in the fireplace, right? And I wouldn't even have to light the fireplace. You could just have your candlelight right inside the fireplace like that. Put them outside, let them charge up. They are brilliant. Put them around your pumpkins on your front porch, right? So that they glow around the pumpkins. Incredibly busy. So I know we had about 1,000 remaining. I want to update you because we're about halfway through the presentation. How are we doing, Pat? 700 remaining. All right, so 700 total, a little bit more than that, about 730. You're gonna get 4 of these, all right? There's nothing to wire, there's no batteries to buy. They are all preloaded, ready to go. Just put them out in the sun, whether you put them on a tabletop or whether you put them on the stakes. Look at that. Oh my gosh. And it just reminds me of the old school coach lighting, right? But here's the thing. I've never presented solar lights that are this bright, all right? They're usually trickle light. Well, listen, they're solar, so you're not gonna get that wired power. These look like wired power. They are impervious to weather. Don't worry about the rain or snow, just dust off the panel once in a while. You can use them in entryways. You don't have to stake them, but we are the ones that are giving you the stakes. If you find these anywhere online, they're going to charge you extra, and it's ridiculous. Of course, you're going to need the stakes. We're going to provide those for you. So get them while you can. $49.95. 2 options. Again, you have the coach light option, which is flicker. And it just looks so beautiful from a distance. It's gorgeous. And then by flipping it upside down, see there's a little white switch right there? All I do is move that switch, and now I've turned them into sort of like, they almost look like Japanese lanterns, you know, that are beautiful. So you have both color choices available. All you do is flick the switch. It's all you need to do when you get them. You will have to turn them on. So we have about a little over 600 left, and we've got about 3 minutes remaining. So get these before they sell out. Chad, I'll give it back to you. There's so much to say about these. I love them.
Yeah, so the stake is really important because if you want to, like I did here, I brought it up over a plant I picked up at the store. I just was able to stake it right into the planter very easily, and it brought it enough height to get above the flowers. And it lights that whole diameter very bright. So, but don't worry, Bell+Howell being around over 100 years, you can take that stake right out, and the bottom is still extremely flat. There's no bumps, no ridges, nothing like that. So when you set them down, watch this. I want to show you something. And that wind is blowing. Guess what's happening? It's not knocking over. You might be able to balance another sort of solar light on its base, but this one is really meant to rest on its base if it needs to. So think about all your concrete, all your wood deck porches around your pool. Maybe it's your dock going out to your boat, things like that. You can rest assured the solid metal construction is very durable, but then when you set it down, you don't have to worry about the wind knocking it over or when the cat walks by it and rubs, against it, things like that. But to go from the white light, which is just so bright, to the flickering flame, that's what it means when you see it on your screen there, 2-in-1. The 2-in-1 is very unique because there's twice as much of the LEDs on the inside because we need twice as many little squares on the inside to give you the 2 different lights. So the technology built in is unlike anything Bell+Howell has ever done before. Yeah. We bring you those disc lights and they may have 8, 10, maybe 12 SMD LEDs on them, the disc lights. This is like 50 or 60 on the inside of this. So these are like, 4 disc lights in one.
They are so beautiful and they are so well made. They're overmade, like I said, Hey, listen, they put a stainless steel housing around these because they want them for you to last. That solar panel, here's what I'll tell you about solar panels, okay? And Chad, I don't know if they've hit you yet. Maybe you've already done it. But, we get, every once in a while, we get these flyers in the mail and they tell us, yeah, install solar panels on your roof. And I have a perfect roof for it, right? Really steep on one side, faces the sun all day. Do you know how expensive solar panels are to put on your house? It's ridiculous. And I'm praying one day they'll figure out a way to keep them, to get them cheaper. There's a lot of technology, they're expensive. So when you look at the size of that solar panel, that's where the expense is. You are getting 4 of these today, 4 of these, all right? And again, go to the one up here that I have, and I wanna show you, how sensitive they are, because that's a big important part, right? If you've got cheap solar panels or small ones, I'm gonna only put my hand on half of this. And look at it, it's already triggering the solar light to turn on. What that tells you is at dusk, not pitch black, these will start to turn on. And every one, you can see how sensitive they are. I put my hand on them very quickly and they all light up really almost instantly. You're getting the stakes to go with them. We are down to about 15 seconds. We're gonna go a little bit longer. We probably have hard quantity, maybe 300 left. So look at how beautiful they are there. Don't be afraid to put them outside for a few hours and bring them in. If you're having a get together or if you wanna set up a little, scene for Halloween or whatever it is, you can do that. By the way, Halloween is only about a month or so away. Perfect to put out in your front yard, right? And then keep them there all year. And whether or not you want them all white light, which gives you a ton of light. And by the way, we've actually shown you a scene where you could put these on a stairwell, like outside off your deck, and Chad, they'll light that up. So there's a safety thing. Obviously, I see solar lights in the property, even if nobody's home, I think somebody's home. So safety, security, and beauty all in one.
Yeah, you're right. And with that flat bottom, that's what makes these unique because the hard surfaces you can't stake into. So most solar lights won't work. Most of those yard lightings won't work. With this, no electrician, no wires, no batteries to change, nothing to open up and replace, nothing like that. LEDs last hundreds of thousands of hours, we all know. Solar lighting, so from dawn to dusk, once you flip that switch on, they come on when the sun goes down, they go off when the sun comes up, and they will last that long.
Look at them.
And with the 4-pack guy, you're good to go for quite a while.
Who would not want to have these on their property? I mean, if my neighbors got these, I'd be so angry that they got them before me, but then I'd go and I'd buy them the next day. All right, 250 or so remaining. They are en route to sell out. Grab them. You're going to get all 4. Everything included. No wiring, no digging, no timers. Automatically turn on when the sun goes down, and then they automatically start charging as soon as the sun comes up. Chad Allen, hey, buddy, I appreciate you coming in and Skyping in with us today. Great job. We'll see you again soon.
For you, anything, Guy.
Thanks,
Good morning,
buddy.
and see you later.
All right, pal. Take it easy. 729-155.